Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. All right, we have Tez Figaro joining us this morning. Thank you again, Tez. But let's start off with baseball. Now, I don't know if you guys watch World Baseball. Last night was the championship game. Japan versus the U.S., and the U.S. lost 3-2. I don't know if that's big. If it's not, I don't watch it. Red, who's a huge baseball fan, Red, what does that mean?
It just means Japan's the best team in the world right now.
Are they? But there's some players, some U.S. players that didn't play? Was there some...
Nah, everybody played, but they got the best player in the world, Shohei Ohtani.
Mm-hmm. I don't watch regular baseball. So I'm definitely not
pitcher.
watching world baseball. Okay? I used to like baseball back in the 1900s when everybody was on steroids. That's when the sport was amazing.
Great. Tez, what else we got? What's up with Donald Trump? What's going on with Donald Trump?
Tesla Figaro, the hood whisperer.
Yes, in the building. Well, first of all, let me say shout out to the cheer moms. You guys said shout out to the cheer dads. I am a cheer mom, so I feel, to make sure the cheer moms get a little bit of love this morning.
There you go. Absolutely.
But first things first, obviously, Trump was not arrested yesterday. Charlamagne, you predicted it, didn't you? You said he would not be arrested on Tuesday. Didn't you say it?
Yeah, I don't see him getting arrested for the charges in New York at all. I mean, when you're talking about taking down a former sitting president, you're not going to be able to do it with those weak charges they got in New York. You need something bigger.
So he was not arrested on yesterday. So we're going to see what happens with that. But in other news, a former top federal judge wrote Friday in a sealed filing that prosecutors in the special counsel's office have presented compelling evidence that former President Donald Trump knowingly and deliberately misled his own attorneys about his retention of classified materials after leaving office. Now, U.S. Judge Howe said that the investigation shows that Donald Trump has committed criminal violations, and as a result, he may lose his attorney-client privilege. In other words, yep, that's a big one. In other words, the judge told Trump attorneys to comply with the subpoena and get ready to start telling. Now, in case anyone is counting, there are now multiple investigations going on at the same damn time, back to back, in the words of Drake. Let's run through them. Number one, special counsel for the classified documents case. Number two, the Manhattan DA for the hush money. Coming in strong at number three, we have Fulton County for the attempt to overturn the 2020 election. And number four, special counsel for January 6th. And number five, New York Attorney General for the Trump Organization fraud investigation. A lot of folks forgot about that. So there are now 5 investigations and probably counting. We don't know what else they'll be throwing at them. But we talked a little bit on Monday, guys, about how Trump would use this to benefit his pockets and campaign. And so far, he has asked his 74 million supporters to sign a petition to oppose his arrest. And he also asked them to break a little bit of bread. Now, he didn't say give me $3 like Bernie Sanders. He said he want $3,300 per person run him his money. So we're going to see how that work out.
Let me ask a question. So, with the classified documents, how are they pressing charges on him with that when it seems like everybody got classified documents?
They're going to throw that out.
Biden got classified documents. Vice President Charlamagne got, Ted, you got classified. It's like classified documents everywhere.
Yeah, and we talked about this earlier. I don't know if it was Monday. The days are running together with this, but remember we talked about just kind of they're throwing it all. Let's just see. This is me paraphrasing. Let's just see what sticks. Yeah, that's just pretty much what it is. I mean, it is just amazing. And again, just as a reminder, even with all of these charges, he can still run for president of the United States. That's a quick Google search that you guys can confirm that he can still run, even if he is arrested and convicted. He can run. So I just want to see how he's going to continue his campaign while fighting multiple charges in different states.
Ted, I think what you're saying is absolutely true, and I think that's what this all translates to. Sit your ass down. They don't want you to run. If you drop out, all of this goes away. If Trump stops campaigning tomorrow and says I'm not running for president in 2024. All of this goes away.
That's not Trump.
Guaranteed. I know it's not.
He don't care.
Because he's a narcissist.
Yes.
And his ego going to get the best of him.
Absolutely.
But if he sits his ass down, all of this goes away.
That's not him.
Guaranteed.
I know I'm tripping off that $3,300 per person. It's expensive to be a Trump supporter.
You ain't lying.
Jesus.
God damn.
All right.
He's worse than a pastor.
Right.
You thought the pastor wants your last when you pull.
Right.
Boy, Trump really wants your last when you pull.
Right.
Damn.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Now, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, Phone lines are wide open again, 800-585-1051. And Tez, we'll see you next hour.
Yep.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. We have Teslin Figueroa. What up? Good morning.
Good morning, family.
Well, let's start off with Ivy Otinio. Did I say his name right?
Otiano.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Tuesday, surveillance video was released that showed 28-year-old Ivio Otiano being pinned to the floor by multiple security officers for 12 minutes while shackled at the Virginia State Mental Health Facility in the moments leading up to his death earlier this month. Now, they also released the 911 calls about the incident in which a caller described him as very aggressive and repeatedly asked for an ambulance, saying that he was not breathing. Now, just a little background for those that may not have been following this story. He was in jail and then he was transferred to a mental facility. While he was there, they claimed that he allegedly became aggressive, and then they shackled him legs and arms. His mother did try to bring him medication. They refused to accept it. And the video that was released yesterday shows the 12-minute ordeal. You can see knees, all of the body weight on his neck. Now, as a result of this, 7 sheriff deputies and 3 hospital employees were indicted by grand jury on Tuesday on the charge of second-degree murder. Let's listen to what his family had to say.
He was murdered. They smothered the breath out of my baby. They murdered my baby.
At what point do we stop preserving life? At what point do we consider mental illness a crime?
They pulled him off treatment, took him to jail, didn't take him down there with any medicine.
What do you want to see happen to these deputies, either of you?
Justice. I would like them put away, if you ask me, for life, that they don't see the light of day again. What they did to my son was horrific.
I didn't know law enforcement was ever called to mental health facilities to get control of patients. I thought that was the whole point of being in a mental health facility. Mm-hmm. Like mental health, mental illness isn't a crime.
Yeah, well, rest in peace again to Ivo Otiano. He was in jail, and then they transferred him to the facility. So the sheriffs were already with him. He was incarcerated at the time. Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised the people at the mental health facility didn't intervene.
Well, because he was incarcerated, they did have 3 hospital people there as well. So it was the hospital staff, which got charged as well, in addition to the deputies, because they said he was aggressive, even though he was shackled. He wasn't a threat to anybody. So the sheriffs were actually there bringing him to the mental facility, and apparently he had an episode. And I just want to say this: if anyone knows of anyone that is incarcerated and mentally ill, there is an organization called the National Alliance on Mental Illness. And one of the many things that they focus on is mental health treatment while incarcerated.
Which is very, very necessary. Mm-hmm. And most of those people in jail don't need to be in jail. They actually need to be in some type of mental health facility getting, mental health treatment.
Absolutely.
Now, let's talk about this Colorado dentist. What was he arrested for now?
Oh, this is a crazy story. A Colorado dentist is accused of killing his wife by poisoning her protein shakes so that he could start a new life with his mistress.
Lord have mercy.
James Tolliver Craig, 45, was arrested on Sunday morning on charges of first-degree murder. Now, Angela Craig, his wife, died Wednesday after reporting to the hospital for the 3rd time this month. After she arrived, she had a severe seizure. She was placed on the ventilator and was declared medically brain dead soon after. Now, here's the background on how he actually got caught. Craig allegedly ordered multiple poisons, and the investigation showed that he searched online, literally typed this in, how to buy poison, and also typed in how much it takes to kill a human. Literally typed it in, and it made the investigation very easy. The day she went to the hospital, his wife, she texted him. And so they have text records as well, allegedly. She said, "I feel drugged." And then he responded in the text message, "Given our history, I know that must be triggering. For the record, I didn't drug you." I am super worried, though. You really looked pale when I left, like in your lips even. We might need to transfer this to Donkey today. Now, because he had the poison delivered to his home and office,
goodness.
his manager opened it. And after Miss Craig passed away, she reported to the police that he's known for making his wife shakes, and she believed that he poisoned his wife.
Goodness gracious.
You know what the most criminal thing about this is, alongside the murder? The fact that this man is such a coward. Like, he didn't even give his woman a choice. Like, why are you scared to be honest with your partner? Tell her you want somebody else. Tell her you want to break up, or tell her you want a threesome.
But not
what
only
a
that.
coward to not be honest and kill her.
I wonder if the mistress knew. Like, you gonna kill her? What happened when you get tired of
Word
me?
is born.
You gonna do the same thing to
because
me?
actually that's a good point, Envy, because she's actually been to the hospital 3 times for this. And when you get deeper into the story, when she went to the hospital before and obviously didn't die, that's when he would go spend time with the mistress and go on trips. So, I mean, he probably did say, hey, yeah, my wife is sick or something. We don't know. This is a lot to this story. It's really a lot.
Why can't you just be honest with your partner? Like, why does your mind go to, I got to kill this woman to be with my other
He's
woman?
probably thinking financial. He's probably thinking, I got to give her half. I got to give her half the house, half to this.
Man.
But now you're going to spend his whole life in jail.
Well, I'd rather him give that woman a choice.
Absolutely.
I'd rather that man be honest with his partner than kill her.
Absolutely.
Lord have mercy.
And lastly, I just want to tell you guys about, if I know a lot of you guys use eye drops out there. A rare strain of bacteria found in recalled eye drops has been linked to dozens of infections, as well as cases of vision loss, and in certain cases where they actually have to remove your eyeballs.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
It's Global Pharma Healthcare's artificial tears lubricant eye drops distributed by Isri Care. And it was recalled in February, so definitely check your thing. It's I would hate for anybody to lose their vision or even lose their eyeballs. So it's a huge recall on eye drops. So definitely do your homework and dive more into it. I don't use eye drops, so I'm not really familiar with this product.
I do.
Are you familiar with that
I mean,
product?
I use stuff like Clear Eye. This stuff look like some no-name brand, store brand stuff. I use like Clear Eyes and Visine and stuff.
Okay.
I'm looking at it now. Artificial tears, lubricant eye drops. I never even heard of this.
Well, if you're out there, just do your homework if you use eye drops. All right. Well, that is your rumor report.
No, it's not. It's front page news
No,
with
that is
Tesla and
front page
Figaro,
news.
the Hood Whisperer.
Thank
and
you, Tez.
And I want to tell everybody, make sure you subscribe to Tesla's podcast, Straight Shot No Chaser, on the Black Effect iHeartRadio Podcast Network. And Tez is going to be at the Black Effect Podcast Festival April 22nd in Atlanta as part of the Women in Podcasting panel and the Business of Podcasting panel. So make sure you go get your tickets for that at Eventbrite.
That's right. And thank you, Tez.
Absolutely.
We'll see you tomorrow.
And follow Tez.
Absolutely.
Give me your Instagram
Yeah,
and Twitter.
follow me. Follow me and hit me up on Instagram.
At Tesla and Figaro.
Peace.
All right. When we come back, Ayanna Van Zant will be joining us. We're going to kick it with her, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.